came across a holotape with a full scan of the Institute's network.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
I wasn't worried. After all, I built the device myself.
I have confidence in everything I built, too. But that's because I'll only deal with technology that I understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully, it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best-case scenario.
Uh-huh.
Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data heavily encrypted, so it's gonna take some time. After that, we'll have to see what we've got. There's no telling what we might have grabbed off their mainframe. In the meantime, your mission to recruit Dr. Lee still needs to be completed. I believe Elder Maxson gave you all of the details? Good luck, Knight.
General.
I cleared out that spot you sent me to and set up a radio beacon there.
That's great news. Once folks have some place to call their own, as usual, I have something else. I've gotten word about a settlement that's being threatened by...
Our little sanctuary revival project has really helped. Takes my mind off things.
So, you ready to get this show on the road?
Pardon me. Dr. Watson can be a little obsessive when it comes to rules and policies.
Good morning. Would you care for some pre-processed
you were
nutritional
scheduled for
supplements?
maintenance duty at SRB last night.
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duty. Usual.
You know you are not permitted to access
You get me what we talked about? And I'm in business.
Yes. I mean, no, it's not. But I was only...
What is it? Were you or weren't you accessing a terminal in SRB?
I was. But I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal and it switched on...
We must speak quickly. We cannot risk being discovered. I have made arrangements. I can get the 13 we discussed into position. But, tell me, do you think Mr. Benet's plan will work?
See that it doesn't. You don't want
A better plan is to use this opportunity to rescue everyone. But Synths will have to fight for it.
And I thought Mr. Benet's plan was too ambitious. Of course, I'd fight for my freedom. And I know of a few others that might as well. But enough to face all the guards? Perhaps... if we stand up openly to the scientists, more of my people would join us. Yes. Even if most don't join the fight, Certainly there are many others who have been waiting their whole lives for this. But we should be prepared for some of the synths to fight against us.
You won't be alone. The Railroad will fight with you.
Together, we have a chance. I admire Mr. Beignet a great deal, but we can't tell him about this plan. It's his people we'll be fighting. I will talk to my friends. Meet me here tomorrow. If I don't make our appointment, assume the worst.
Liam, I got your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver, you know? Hooking that ancient tech up to the modern term. So hand it over and I'll get started.
Here you go.
Great. Listen, I need a favor. Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him an update? It's safer if you do it.
Nothing to sir.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
You again. What do you want now? You're obviously here for a reason, and you've already spoiled my experiment, so you might as well spit it out.
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to find you.
You don't beat around the bush, I'll give you that. I knew it was just a matter of time before your people would track me down. I've been looking over my shoulder for almost a decade, waiting for them to send someone like you to kill me.
I'm only here with good intentions. You have my word.
You're giving me your word, even though we just met? Fine. Since Father trusts you, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I might not agree with everything he says, but I know he'd never allow harm to come my way. Say what you came here to say, and then leave me alone.
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help? Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood valued your presence, and we'd like you to come back.
Well, how sweet of them. Tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling? What reason would I have to throw away everything I've accomplished here?
Father trusts me, and so should you.
You're wasting your breath. The Brotherhood desired... I'm not interested in...
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your game. I had a colleague down here, a Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab, and he was killed. I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the laboratory sealed, saying that it was... The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was...
Sure.
If you bring me solid information on what killed him, I'll take it as a favor from the Brotherhood. Do we have a deal?
I already have something that might convince you.
How did you... Never mind. Just let me see what you've got.
I'm afraid it's bad news.
Since when do you know what I can... Just let me hear it.
I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good,
good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the Coursers can find me.
They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
No matter how badly it hurts, you needed to hear the truth.
And for that, I thank you. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own twisted way they still do. But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all pointless. If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are for my work. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Li.
All maintenance requests should be directed to the Facilities Division.
I'll be alone.
I received word that Dr. Li is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Li arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Prydwen. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress. Dismissed.
Reactor at 100% efficiency.
Hull plating integrity looks good. No need for adjustments.
Liberty Prime will give us a distinct advantage over the Institute. He must be completed as soon as possible.
Ad Victoriam, Knight.
gladly lay down my life.
Proctor.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush.
It will, but we've got a lot. Come on. It's this way. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help.
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence. Because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. The first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out.
There's gotta be a way to solve that.
I do all the maintenance on the Prydwen, so you'd think it'd be a snap. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the...
Attention. Halbert pilot to Station Epsilon. Halbert pilot report to Station Epsilon. That is all.
Never expected Dr. Lee would return to the Brotherhood. But you're not here to discuss history, are you? Are there documents you wanted?
I found some technical documents.
These look rather promising. Here are the caps. Remember, check every building.
Proctor Quinlan.
Ah, Knight. You have technical.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
What changed your mind?
Nothing changed my mind. I promised you I'd return to the Brotherhood, and I've kept my end of the bargain.
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on Liberty Prime. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood before. Why would I make the same mistake twice?
If not for the Brotherhood, do it for Dr. Virgil.
What they did to Dr. Virgil was cruel. It was wrong. You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back online.
Right.
I don't know how many sprites we run. There's always a good museum. It's too much.
Have you collected any blood samples, Knight?
Yes, here you go.
I never thought I'd be so happy to see tiny vials of blood. Thank you. Here's some caps for the trouble. I really appreciate you searching for the blood samples. As soon as I make a breakthrough, I'll let you know.
Hesitating to pull the trigger on any of the Commonwealth scum can't be fatal.
The Prydwen is a magnificent ship.
We're lucky to have it.
The Institute and the technological abominations need to be stopped at any cost.
Carry food with you. You'll end up eating some pretty questionable things to stay alive.
Ingram?
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with... Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Sure, anything you need.
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm... The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
You're an inspiration to us all, Knight. Was proud.
Going up. Ground floor. Ground floor. Going up. Basement.
That's it.
Going down. Basement. Basement. Going down. Second floor.
Got it.
Going up. Ground floor. Ground floor. Going up. Basement. Going down. Basement. Basement. Going down. Second floor. Going down. Basement.
Yes.
Going up. Second floor. Going down. Facilities. Going up. Lower level.
Dumb and ugly, child.
Any luck with those
Excuse me,
actuators
Proctor
yet?
Ingram.
Just
Liberty
build
Prime
us
isn't
those
going far without his
actuators
arms
and
and
we'll do
legs.
the rest.
Glad to see you've returned safely from the Institute, brother.
If it looks dead, put one more in its head for good measure. Why take the chance?
Proctor Ingram.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating at peak capacity.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. The same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft during the Great War. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's Air Force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding them. But since we arrived, our scouting teams haven't located a single bomb.
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Prime won't have the firepower to take on the Institute.
Can I build the nukes like I built the actuators?
I could build you 1,000 nuke casings, right now. But we've got nothing to put inside. The Mark 28s have a specialized nuclear payload that requires the correct balance of fissile materials. In other words, I'd love to mix you a cocktail, but I'm all out of liquor. But before you give up hope, Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation, which was used as We're fairly certain this included a stock. The catch is that the installation is located somewhere within the glowing sea.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good, because that's exactly what... Scribe Halen's established a communications point on the frontier of the glowing sea. I suggest you head out there first, and establish a signal protocol with her so that the nukes can be airlifted out.
Right.
Hopefully, by the time you've returned, we'll be ready to wake Prime. Good luck, Knight.
Good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled into Cambridge Police Station.
Thanks, Halen. I assume the place is still in one piece.
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been able to keep them from overrunning us. Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
That's not surprising. After all, it's in good hands.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk, so I'll get right to it. I've had the men set up the equipment we'll need to pinpoint you once you found the bombs. We've rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone that we'll be listening for. When you find the bombs, plant the pulsar, and we'll handle the rest. After that, you should probably head back to Proctor Ingram and bring her your report.
Doesn't sound too difficult.
Ah, no. Not at all. You're only heading back into the most inhospitable place in the entire Commonwealth. Look, I know you've been through the glowing sea before, but remember to keep an eye on your Geiger counter. If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the inside out. Good luck, Knight.
You haven't lived until you've tipped a Brahmin with a vertebra. Now that's a challenge.
Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. Oh, I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. Larry, remember that church steeple sticking out that we spotted a week ago? Go there, turn southwest and walk until you find a cave. It's hard to spot, and there may be a couple, but I'm in one of them. Radiation hit was way more than I expected. Bring some Rad-X and a bunch of Radaway. I don't know how Bucky did it that one time. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, no one goes into the glowing sea. Let Bucky's record stand. I'm too sick to move, so I'm gonna hunker down here until you guys get here.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. Oh, I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. Larry, remember that church steeple sticking out that we spotted a week ago? Go there, turn southwest and walk until you find a cave. It's hard to spot, and there may be a couple, but I'm in one of them. That radiation hit was way more than I expected. Bring some Rad-X and a bunch of Radaway. I don't know how Bucky did it that one time. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, no one goes into the glowing sea. Bucky's record stand. I'm too sick to move. I'm gonna hunker down here until you guys get here.
This has been a pre-recorded message. The message repeats in 3 seconds.
Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. Oh, I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. Larry, remember that church steeple sticking out that we spotted a week ago? Go there, turn southwest and walk until you find a cave. It's hard to spot, and there may be a couple, but I'm in one of them. Radiation hit was way more than I expected. Bring some Rad-X and a bunch of Radaway. I don't know how Bucky did it that one time. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, no one goes into the glowing sea. Let Bucky's record stand. I'm too sick to move, so I'm gonna hunker down here until you guys get here.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. Oh, I'm stuck in some shit in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. Larry, remember that church steeple sticking out that we spotted a week ago? Go there, turn southwest and walk until you find a cave. It's hard to spot, and there may be a couple, but I'm in one of them. That radiation hit was way more than I expected. Bring some Rad-X and a bunch of Radaway. I don't know how Bucky did it. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, no one goes into the glowing sea. Let Bucky's record stand. I'm too sick to move, so I'm gonna hunker down here until you guys get here. Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop! I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. down here until you guys get here.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. Oh, I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Oh, Larry, remember that church steeple sticking out that we spotted a week ago? Go there, turn southwest and walk until you find a cave. It's hard to spot, and there may be a couple, but I'm in one of them. The radiation hit was way more than I expected. Bring some Rad-X and a bunch of Radaway. I don't know how Bucky did it that one time. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, no one goes into the glowing sea. Let Bucky's record stand. I'm too sick to move, so I'm gonna hunker down here until you guys get here.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. Oh, I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. Larry, remember that church steeple sticking out that we spotted a week ago? Go there, turn southwest and walk until you find a cave. It's hard to spot, and there may be a couple, but I'm in one of them. That radiation hit was way more than I expected. Bring some Rad-X and a bunch of Radaway. I don't know how Bucky did it that one time. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, no one goes into the glowing sea. Let Bucky's record stand. I'm too sick to move, so I'm gonna hunker down here until you guys get here.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. Oh, I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. Larry, remember that church steeple sticking out that we spotted a week ago? Go there, turn southwest and walk until you find a cave.
Approaching Boston from the west. We've got heavy winds, but it shouldn't be a problem. Lining up for runway 2 at heading... What the hell is that? Some kind of bright light from the north!
Bucky did it that one time. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, no one goes into the glowing sea. Let Bucky's record stand. I'm too sick to move, so I'm gonna hunker down here until you guys get here.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. Oh, I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. Larry, remember that church steeple sticking out that we spotted a week ago? Go there, turn southwest and walk until you find it. It's hard to spot, and there may be a couple, but I'm in one of them. Radiation hit was way more than I expected. Bring some Rad-X and a bunch of Radaway. I don't know how Bucky did it that one time. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, no one goes into the glowing sea. Let Bucky's record stand. I'm too sick to move, so I'm gonna hunker down here until you guys get here.
This has been a pre-recorded message. Message repeats in 3 seconds.
Larry, Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. Oh, I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. Larry, remember that church steeple sticking out that we spotted a week ago? Go there, turn southwest and walk until you find a cave. hard to spot, and there may be a couple, but I'm in one of them. That radiation hit was way more than I expected. Bring some Rad-X and a bunch of Rad-Away. I don't know how Bucky did it at one time. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, no one goes for the glowing suit. Like Bucky's orders. I have 2 suits. So I'm gonna hunker down here. Bucky, if you guys can hear me, stop messing around and come get me. I'm stuck in some shithole in the middle of the glowing sea. Wish I could give you better directions. Okay. Very good. Remember that church Stevens took the other spot? Go there, southwest block. It's hard to spot, and there may be a couple, but I'm in one of them. Pick some Rad-X and a bunch of Rad-Away. I don't know how Bucky did it. He must have had a better suit or something. From now on, I'm 2 suits.
This has been a pre-recorded message. The message repeats in 3 seconds. Copy. 1-8 left. Coming in at 475 knots. That's 4-7. Hang on, control. Damn it. Fire in left engine. We're losing power in left engine. Okay, let's put it out. Left engine to idle. Shit! We're still losing power. That's it. No power in left engine. Boston Center. Skylanes 1665 declaring an emergency. Left engine failure. We're out 15-3 at this time.
Copy that, Skylanes 1665. Request emergency landing. Clearing runway 18 left. Can you make it?
That's a negative, Boston Center. Losing altitude too quickly. We will not make it to runway.
1665, say again?
We're going down! I repeat, we're going down! Skylanes 1665, 20 miles out.
Roger, Skylanes 1665, traffic short final. Cleared to land on runway 18 left.
Copy, 18 left. Coming in at 475 knots, that's 4-7. Hang on, control. Damn it, fire in left engine.
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on Atom's hallowed ground.
I'm looking for some bombs. Nuclear bombs.
You trivialize that which resides here. This place is holy. The children of Atom have sworn to guard this place until the time of the Great Divide. None shall enter.
Trust me, I'm on your side here. I want to help you out.
Atom has no need of help from non-believers. When he returns to us, these relics will carry his word and his glory to all corners of the earth. That is why they must be safeguarded.
How did you discover this place?
Knowledge of this site has been passed down through generations. Its location was revealed to us long ago by Atom himself.
We're in the middle of nowhere. Why bother guarding?
The relics within will spread Atom's glory. They are precious.
I want to spread his,
Your words ring. I do not hear. The relics will remain.
Atom's wrath? Do I even want to know it?
He is the great equalizer. Now, leave this place, or I will...
Please.
Atom's bidding? Your words are unfamiliar. Take this, and prepare to enter his inners. Follow the brilliance of the glow, and it shall lead you to the relics. May Atom's radiance...
Sir?
This is Captain Mitch Dunleavy, 132nd Engineering Corps at Sentinel Site Prescott. All lines of communication are down, and we're tracking multiple inbounds on radar. If this is a drill, we need confirmation immediately.
Yes. Yes.
May Atom guide you, brother.
Proctor Ingram?
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I have full confidence in the abilities of everyone here.
I appreciate that.
Proctor, all the readouts look green. I think it's time for you to perform the power shunt.
Actually, I think I'm gonna let you press the button. After all, without your help, we'd still be...
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but I suppose you deserve to be the one to do it.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Alright, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis of the battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems, nominal. Weapons, hot. Warning, nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required. Warning, power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended. Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
Got green lights across the board here. He's looking good from where I'm sitting. Doctor, if you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on the big guy here, I'd appreciate it. Well, I have to admit, I wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off, but Liberty Prime's looking pretty good.
With him on our side, I don't see how the Institute even...
I couldn't agree with you more. Before you head off to your next assignment, I came up with this little beauty myself. I think it'll add a bit more punch to your power armor.
You think I'll need it for my next assignment?
I don't know, but it never hurts to be... Anyway, that's enough of that. You better hide. Elder Maxson said he needed to speak to you, and thank you. Without...
Shots.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Knight?
Not at all. I have nothing to hide.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you retrieved from the Institute. A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing or escaped from their underground facility. After careful analysis of the information, we've discovered something unprecedented. Paladin Danse is a perfect match for one of the synths on that list.
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The evidence is quite damning. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of our soldiers. Paladin Danse's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M797. To make matters worse, he's gone AWOL. Disappeared without a trace. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Danse are one and the same. I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you, and then swore you to secrecy.
You have to believe me. He never told me he was a synth.
Apparently, I've misjudged you, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of your duty. Danse is a synth. He represents everything we hate, a monstrosity of technology. Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future, which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you to hunt down Danse and execute him.
I won't do it. Danse deserves a chance to explain himself.
You will do it. This is not...
Sure.
I'm giving you a direct order, Knight. And Listen. I'm not blind to the fact that Danse was your mentor. And this isn't an easy burden. But if we're to remain strong, we can find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzing the data and should be able to provide you... And Knight, there's a promotion for you riding on the results of these orders. You're dismissed.
Attention. This is a notice to all personnel. Please think of your brothers and sisters down below.
I was told you were coming.
Thoroughly secure all gear while on the flight deck. Thank you.
He'll be missed.
Doubtful. I wouldn't miss a synth any sooner than I'd miss a transit. I was merely sorry that you'd been
Sure.
I've been poring over Dance's duty report. As you're well aware, Danse had... I think our best approach would be to identify every location he's ever visited and eliminate them as possibilities one by one. You may want to get comfortable. This could take quite a bit of...
What the hell is this crap about Danse being a synth?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's identity. I can assure you that...
So he sets Danse up, and then you knock him down. Is that it?
How did you hear about it?
There are no secrets in the Brotherhood. Maxon's made it clear that we're to locate Paladin Danse, and if we find him, report his location to you. That can only mean you've been sent to hunt him down.
Orders are orders.
Orders are orders? That's all you have to say?
Sure.
I can't believe that after everything Paladin Danse did for you, you're just gonna turn your back on him like this. There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the bottom of it.
Scribe Halen! You're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us, I suggest you return to the police.
Of course. My apologies, Proctor. I believe I have some information that's relevant to the search.
Very well, then. Would you care to enlighten?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled firsthand. I've stored the data on my Vertibird gunship's computer.
I'll take anything that gets me close.
Yes, sir.
Proceed, Knight.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Well, if it isn't the man who revived Prime, the Brotherhood is...
Excuse me, Scribe Halen.
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Danse?
I haven't decided yet.
Well, before you do, I need you to listen to what I have to say. I've known Paladin Danse ever since I was an initiate. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust myself off and move on. He's earned my admiration, my respect, and my friendship. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine or not. He's still Danse.
You're sympathizing with a traitor.
That's exactly my point. Danse is the most selfless person I've ever met. I've watched him risk his own life based on nothing more than principle alone. That's why I'm asking you, not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance. Let him tell his side of the story. If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become truly lost to us, then you do what you have to do.
All right, I'll hear him out.
That's all that I ask. I'll just have to trust that when the time comes, you'll do. Before the Prydwen showed up, Danse had me identify a fallback point if we ever lost the police station. It was Listening Post Bravo, an old pre-war US military outpost on the northern frontier of the Commonwealth. It's isolated, and we're the only ones that knew about it. So, there's a good chance that's where he's headed.
Sure.
Just be careful. There's no telling what state of mind he's in right now, or if he trusts any of us at all.
Charging into a situation, guns blazing.
Oh man, if I'm late for muster one more time. Captain Kell.
Going down. Approach and identify yourself. Law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
I'm not surprised Maxson sent you. He never liked to do the dirty work himself.
Why didn't you tell me, Danse?
Because I didn't know. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I thought synths were the enemy. I never expected to hear that I was one of them. If it wasn't for Haylen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders? Does Maxson even want me alive?
No. But I'm hoping there's a way out.
Don't be ridiculous. Look, I'm not blind to the fact that this must be difficult for you. I wish Maxson had sent someone else, but that doesn't change a thing. I'm a synth, which means I need to be destroyed. If you disobey your orders, you're not only betraying Maxson, you're betraying the Brotherhood of Steel and everything it stands for. Synths can't be trusted. Machines were never meant to make their own decisions. They need to be controlled. Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world to its knees, and humanity to the brink of extinction. I need to be the example, not the exception.
If you really feel that way, why did you run in the first place?
The moment I learned the truth, I knew my life was in danger. I'm a soldier, so self-preservation kicked in. I needed to regroup and assess the situation. Once I got here, and I had some time to think, I realized I'd just made everything worse. I should have stayed on the Prydwen and accepted the inevitable. Like I said, I need to be the example, not the exception.
The empathy that you're showing me, it's a human emotion.
I appreciate what you're trying to do, but I'm ready to accept the consequences of my true identity. Maxson's ordered you to execute me, and I'll be damned if I'm going to stand in your way.
Is there any way out of this?
We both know that this is the right thing to do. If you refuse to follow Maxson's orders, you're undermining everything the Brotherhood stands for. I can't allow that to happen on my account.
No. I won't do it, Danse.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
You're the proof that Maxson's wrong. You're a synth, but everything you've done has been for the good of mankind.
You're right. How could I have been so blind? I'm not technology that's gone out of control. I've been a benefit to mankind, not its downfall. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes, I can consider my next move.
Whatever you decide to do, I've got your back.
Thank you, my friend. But I have my own path to follow. The only clear choice is for me to leave the Commonwealth. The sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind me. Take my holotags. Use them to prove that your mission was a success, or Maxson will just send someone else to hunt me down. Now, come on. Let's get the hell out of here.
dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
He's still alive. Because you're wrong about him.
Him! Danse isn't a man. It's a machine. An automaton created by the Institute. It wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother. It was grown within the cold confines of a laboratory. Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity of human life and corrupted it beyond measure.
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can you say that about me?
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Technology that's gone too far. Look around you, Danse. Look at the scorched earth and the bones that litter the wasteland. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced man's restraint. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the repercussions. Can't you see the same thing is happening again? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste to what's left of mankind.
Danse wants to save mankind, not destroy it.
You're as delusional as you are insubordinate. How can you trust the word of a machine that thinks it's alive? That's had its mind erased, its thoughts programmed, its very soul manufactured. Those ethics that it's striving to champion aren't even its own. They were artificially inserted in an attempt to have it blend into society.
It's true. I was built within the confines of a laboratory, and some of my memories aren't my own. But when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. When I defeated an enemy of the Brotherhood, I felt pride. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, I felt hope. Don't you understand? I thought I was human, Arthur. From the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done absolutely nothing to betray your trust, and I never will.
It's too late for that now. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you life. You simply should not exist. I don't intend to debate this any longer. My orders stand.
It's all right. We did our best. You convinced me that I was wrong to be ashamed of my true identity, and I thank you for it. Whatever you decide, know that I'm going to my grave with no anger and no regrets.
Touching. Either you execute Danse, or I will, Knight. The choice is yours.
After all the sacrifices I've made, and all the battles I've fought for the Brotherhood, you need to listen to me. You owe me that much.
Very well. I'm listening.
Whether he's human or not, Danse saved the lives of countless Brotherhood soldiers. Now it's time you saved his.
You're a stubborn man. So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing Danse to live undermines everything the Brotherhood stands for. Yet you insist that he remains alive, which leaves me with only a single alternative. Danse, as far as I'm concerned, you're dead. You were pursued and slain by this Brotherhood Knight, and your remains were incinerated. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Prydwen, or speak to anyone from the Brotherhood of Steel. Should you choose to ignore me, know you'll be fired upon immediately. Do we understand each other?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy for acceptance. The only reason you're still alive is because of him. I'm returning to the Prydwen, Knight. Take some time. Say your goodbyes. And then I expect to see you there. We still have the Institute to deal with.
Hey there.
It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to Maxson like that.
At least we know he isn't chasing you anymore. If you stay here, you should be safe.
That's an excellent suggestion. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my day at this old listening post, but it will have to do. You're alone. Now, to the Prydwen. In this bunker more livable. If you ever need me, I'll be right here. I don't think New's involved, so she'll be safe. I'll contact her and let her know what happened here. It's the least I could do.
Are you gonna have a problem killing synths?
I might physically be a synth, but my heart and mind belong to the Brotherhood. The Institute is still a tremendous threat to the Commonwealth. They possess technologies that need to be confiscated or destroyed. I promise you, I won't hesitate to pull the trigger on them.
Goodbye, Danse.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be chances.
Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Before we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be the last time we speak about Danse. As far as the Brotherhood of Steel is concerned, he's dead. Do you understand?
Of course. The Brotherhood must come first.
Perhaps there's hope for you yet. Of course. Dance's execution creates a missing link in our chain of command. That traitor held quite an important position with us. I'm certain that you'll make a find. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours, including his personal suit of power armor. Congratulations, Paladin.
I won't disappoint you, Elder.
Had I even a single doubt in my mind, I wouldn't have awarded you the promotion. Just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is expected to be a symbol of integrity. To our brothers, I trust you won't disappoint them. Or disappoint. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do. While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential threat to us. Report to him immediately for your next assignment.
Sure.
Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Alpha at 93%. Compensating.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Danse has been settled, we can return to our primary mission.
I'm ready, Captain.
Good, because this mission demands your full... Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. The Railroad. They're a small group that uses guerrilla enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not... If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
Why is the Railroad such a threat?
Even with their relatively small numbers, the Railroad is a constant threat to our operations. They've already proven to be resilient against superior forces, with a knack for disappearing when cornered. Worse still, They possess the capability to help synths flee the Institute. If we intend to end the synth menace, we need to plug the leaks. Destroying the railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
Do they all have to die?
Absolutely. It's the only effective way of ensuring that they're no longer a threat. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you to complete.
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything we can generate here. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will force the unit to return to the Prydwen. I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy it. We wouldn't want it to fall into the Institute.
Anything useful you can tell me about?
We have its primary function. I have no idea how I'm sure Proctor
I think that should be sufficient information. When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up with our assault team. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you'll need to take the railroad down. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
If you find anything interesting in the railroad headquarters, don't forget to bring it back here.
I have another assignment for you, Paladin. Virgil. As long as that abomination lives, he's a threat to the Brotherhood. The time has come to deal with him.
Virgil is no longer a super mutant. His cure worked. He's no threat to us.
What? That thing actually found a cure? He can't be trusted. But as a human, he's trapped in the glowing sea. Maybe he can still be an asset to us. All right, we'll continue to monitor him. For now. For your service, allow me to offer you a new helm for your power armor. Wear it with pride. You've earned my respect, Paladin. Not many can say that. Carry on, brother. Ad Victoriam.
Promotion was well deserved, Paladin.
Your armor is effective, sure, but it's hardly efficient.
I can't express how truly humbling it is to stand in your presence.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition vendor, I can provide supplies for your missions on the surface. How may I assist you today?
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology here that I never dreamed.
I'm glad you can appreciate what... Ultimately, all our knowledge and resource. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be the superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creation. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is our synth. A rogue synth over the Raider Gallia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and...
Give up now? I'll make it quick.
target's gone. Where the hell?
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, sir. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word and we can start the assault on the main flotilla. Right behind you, sir.
sorry ass. What you got left in you?
Given up. When will they learn? You call this a fight? Ammo levels are good. You should have given up.
enforcer I'm supposed to meet?
Yes, sir. Designation X6.
Sure.
I've already
All right, let's go.
Right behind you. rock, will you? I'd like things to do. Check your ammo. We're not alone. I think we're being...
Right here. Right here.
Why don't you just die?
No need to hide. It'll all be over soon.
Oh, I know you're here. I'll find you.
There you are, you little bastard!
Hold up a moment, sir. There's something important I need to tell you.
I'm listening.
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma 71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Good. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary violence.
Well, he might not be alone up there. Violence might be inevitable. That's all, sir. Ready when you are.
Well done. Judging by your gear, I'm gonna guess you two are agents
just
of the
like
Institute.
me.
So,
Made it to the
tell
top.
me, is the Institute so desperate for resources that it's stealing plunder from honest, hard-working Commonwealth gangs?
B592 initialize factory reset, authorization Gamma 71 Epsilon.
You okay? Gabriel, can you hear me? Shit, they did something to him! Take them out!
Thought I heard something.
Fire in the hole!
lost world, sir. I'll take the synth back. This is X688, ready to relay with reclaimed synth E592.